And we just hit the start stream button. And it looks like we're going to be good to go. Good to go. Hey, guys, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. And, hey, we got H.A. Goodman. Welcome to No Sellouts. What's up, H.A.?
Tim Black, how are you?
Man, I'm fantastic, man. How you feeling, brother? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. I want to tell you something, Tim, that I haven't told you about me.
Oh, shucks, man. Hold on. Make sure I'm prepared for this. Okay, what's up, H? What's up, H.A.?
Tim, I am a CIA and Mossad agent.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing big. I just, in passing, forgot to tell you. And the reason I'm telling you this is there's this guy on YouTube, and I think there's a couple of them, but there's a guy on YouTube, and his name is Bravo von Mueller, and he has a segment out. Mossad snatches Julian Assange, missing CIA shill. H.A. Goodman is a liar. and then the description is awesome. First of all, I got to give this guy major props. He has this, he goes on and on about me and how I'm a CIA agent, Mossad agent, only because I'm actually repeating what Wikileaks says on Twitter and on every social media that they have, saying that Assange is fine, stop spreading that he's not fine. So I'll just read you really quickly. Julian Assange has been missing for over a month, and the CIA Mossad shill, H.A. Goodman, has been paid to lie about it. And so I did like a response, and I basically, I did a Wikileaks today on my YouTube, and I did a response basically saying, well, where's my paycheck? I don't get no paycheck. I don't have a pay. If this guy, I mean, honestly, if he could actually give me a paycheck from the Mossad or CIA, I would be happy. And so I said his next homework assignment is to go ahead and, put a photocopy up of the paycheck that I got and the amount, because that would be nice. It's kind of like, it'd be nice to get that money.
Yeah, it's the holidays, brother. Even CIA agents have families.
Exactly.
They got to buy gifts, man.
Exactly.
Little drone kit for the for the wifey or something.
Yes.
Get the all the family needs stuff. So yeah, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, that's a fun little thing that took place this weekend. But man, how you been?
Man, the imaginations and the incantations of the illiterate and the conspiratorial. It's just something else. It's amazing. No, man, I'm doing pretty good, brother. I'm actually been taking some meds. I feel like I'm coming down with a bug, and I hate that, so I'm pissed. But dude, I've been getting your wash off. The people, they can't reach you, right? They come to me. And it's like, Tim, I really like your stuff, but H.A. Goodman, he won't respond to me. I've been trying to harass him. Talk to him. He keeps running away when I troll him. When I keep trying to
I get, Tim? I get a lot. Now, I'm never going to use the word fake news, because that's like a propaganda tool from the Washington Post, which is the original fake news site. That was even on WikiLeaks clowned them. They put like on a tweet, the original fake news site, Washington Post. But I'll say this, there are people nowadays that, because Hillary Clinton, the Democratic establishment, the New York Times, the Washington Post, that public relations machine has lied so much. They've lied so much. Loretta Lynch and Hillary and Bill Clinton, they talked about golf on the plane, on the tarmac in Phoenix. It was just golf.
That's all.
So many other lies about just basically everything, Clinton Foundation. So now a lot of people have taken that and said, hey, if the official story is going to be a lie or a stretching of the truth, let's just believe anything. Let's just believe what a hunch is. So they the Washington Post set the precedent for all the people that they claim are fake news, because they're like almost maniacal or cult-like protection of Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party. Anything racist that she does, oh, that's okay. If it's Trump saying something, oh my God, oh, the alt-right, oh my God. And so then you get these people, but it's like funny, I'm getting these messages from a lot of different people saying, what's your stance on this and that, and you gotta tell us your stance, and I do on my channel, but it's like if I don't see direct kind of a direct evidence, like if there's no law enforcement, if there's no FBI investigation, if there's no kind of, people take, like, if Trump is not talking about it, or Clinton is not talking about it, or, the Democratic Party or the Republican Party are not exactly talking about it, or Wikileaks is not talking about it, then I'm not going to really go too hardcore into it. So the whole thing with this PizzaGate thing, it's like, I'm not putting it past Bill and Hillary or the Democratic Party. I'm not putting it past them, but I can't go and say that because of these like code words like hot dog or pizza that definitely that everybody eats, but I can't say that it's I can't say that it's not. I don't want to diss anybody who's covering it, but at the same time, I'm not going to go ahead and say, yes, categorically 100% this is taking place, even though there are no victims, there are no actual specific perpetrators, the FBI, DC police are not after it, Donald Trump's not talking about it, so it's like, okay, that's my stance. But
right. I have a similar stance to you, but I made a bigger, I made a faux pas. What I did, man, was when I first heard about Pizzagate, and I didn't know what to make of it, right? So I'm I interact a lot with my audience, with people on the social media. You know what I do on Twitter, Facebook. Got the thing going on over there too, and Instagram. So I put out a post and I said, "Hey guys, I'm going to look into Pizzagate. Worst decision of my freaking life, man.
oh, man.
Seriously, man, worst
What
decision.
What happened?
Dude, I got inundated."
Oh no!
With so many links, and you should look here, and you should look here, and you should look there, you should look everywhere. And I got all of this mail, all of these tweets, all these Facebook posts, all of these DMs, all of these messages on Facebook. I mean, 100 of them, all of them pretty much for the same 20 sources, right? Of another person just talking, like. It's all people's thoughts, all people's opinions. None of it. It's like, and they're all using the same source material on Reddit, of various things they've seen. A mention on WikiLeaks about pizza, Comet restaurant. So I'm like, okay, this is everywhere. I don't see where I can go with this, where I can feel comfortable as a commentator who tries to like speak only on stuff that I'm pretty certain of. And I'm like, okay, like you, HA, I don't want to dismiss other people. I don't know. Like I don't have a way to disprove or prove that this is going on, right? Like you said, I don't have a person to say, hey, this is my story, this is what I was told. I'll bring that person on the show. Hey, where's this guy? Yeah. Where's this person who's been through this? If they're willing to go on the record, fine.
But yeah, well, where are the parents? I mean, the thing is, it's
parents, like, right?
Where are the parents? I mean,
yeah. But now, just briefly, the guy in DC. So just recently, this guy in DC, he goes to a restaurant with a long gun. He discharges a weapon within the restaurant. I'm like, okay, this happened right here in DC. Even with this guy, he is just basically, I have seen no statements from him of seeing any children hurt, any witnessing anything. He just basically looked at the Reddit stuff and went and did this. Now, people saying this is a false flag. He didn't really do this. No, he really did go there. He really did discharge a weapon. He really did do that. But they're saying someone that he's not real, that's a false flag. It's a guy paid to go do the thing. So then you see, you can't disprove people's beliefs when they believe something. Like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is also, it's like, this all goes back to the really, really aggressive, kind of scorched earth, correct the record campaign the Democrats ran. So everybody, if you did anything, like I have like 10 hit pieces on me, just from like the Daily Beast and Raw Story, everything. So if you deviated from the script, which is Hillary is the best and Bernie is nice, but he really can't win, and they came after you so hard. And in terms of the FBI criminal investigations, they like totally overlooked that, overshadowed that. They focused on everything but Hillary Clinton, and they helped further all the Clinton lies. So everybody has this kind of taste in their mouth, like, okay, there's so many lies at the Washington Post and the New York Times. We know from WikiLeaks that the two journalists of the New York Times gave articles to edit to Podesta's campaign. That we know that Podesta had dinners with like 60 journalists. We know that Chuck Todd had dinner with Podesta at his house. So all these people basically were like public relations firms. Then you get like on the other side of the spectrum, you get like the PizzaGate people, or you get the people who are saying that Assange is dead or the CIA is controlling WikiLeaks. It's like, just because you have that opinion, I'm not going to go ahead and say outright that anybody's categorically wrong, because in this world, yeah, there's like a 1% or 2% or 5% chance that anything. I mean, the Washington Post set the precedent for just all the lies and everything. But like you said, simply saying, like, some guy can say he disagrees with me about WikiLeaks or Julian Assange being alive. That does not correlate to me being a spy. And so the thing is,
right,
to say that, yeah, and so to say that, okay, there happen to be, it's kind of true, like, there's a lot of weird emails about pizza or hot dog. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like, maybe you never know what the context was, or I'm not defending the emails. What I'm saying is, even if that's true, that all these weird emails were like hot dog, pizza, okay, how do you get to a massive human trafficking child trafficking? Exactly. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying 100% no, because there are a lot of those words out, in the emails. What I'm saying is, where's the FBI? Where's Donald Trump? Where's the Republican Party? Where are the witnesses? Where are the God forbid, the victims, the children? Where are the parents of these children? So you have this trafficking.
Where's the person who broke away from it, who's talking about it?
Where's that one person?
Where's
exactly.
the daughter, the son who went and found out their dad is a freaking, child exploiter on a massive scale? Where is this person's story? Like, these are all things that will be present in a shooting. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for breaking that down, AJ, for adding that. Also add that HA and I are out in the public. Like, we put our faces and our names and our reputations on the line when we do stuff. It's not much to ask of someone who has screen name Orange Peel, 27, to say to make any allegation. Okay. That's not the same thing for me. Like, I'm like a freaking leading rallies with Jill Stein on one day, and then the next day you got me with no factual information that I can point to physically and say, this is real, okay? So, like, when I cover a shooting in Ferguson, we have a body.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a police report, and we have people that saw it, and we have videotape. We have, like, all these other elements to those stories. But this, even though, like, and then it's freaking disgusting. Let's not forget, it's freaking disgusting and degenerate, and it's horrific, like, insinuations, right? With no material evidence.
And
and it could probably be labeled as slander. I mean,
that's another thing. That's another thing.
Yeah.
That's also the thing. It's kind of like a two-way thing, because if I'm the owner of that pizza place in DC, I mean, he hasn't taken any legal action, that is like the only kind of thing I could say, okay, that's bizarre. So that's like, for the folks that say that PizzaGate is real, fine. But it's kind of like, it's funny when people are like, it's awfully interesting you're not covering PizzaGate. How come you're not covering PizzaGate? And I'm like, well, first of all, there's like 5 or 6 journalists already talking about it on YouTube. That's their thing, and I totally respect that. But my thing is, like you said, get the FBI, get, like, Hillary Clinton. I had a field day, the FBI investigation. I mean, Anthony Weiner. We have the pictures. Enjoy the visual of Anthony Weiner and of like pictures that he had in the computer. So all these things, and then, like, for example, Clinton said, this is a Bloomberg article, talk about fake news. That I always talked about this. The Bill Clinton aide, a staffer, shipped Hillary's laptop in the mail. And UPS, we don't know, but that's actually true. Like, they actually said, yeah, we shipped it in the mail to the FBI. And so all these things, the FBI believed it. So then you could say, okay, there are pieces in place where human beings are there and you can see them. Simply saying that this happens because of something unrelated, where there's no direct link, that's the problem I have. You can't just, I mean, it's true. Okay, let's just say that hot dog and pizza are what pedophiles use to communicate. You probably could go ahead and find a lot of crazy, discussions of hot dog and pizza out there in the world and say, oh my God, it's a massive. But then, you know what? They also bring up, and this is like, I don't have the evidence to actually go in there and say, yeah, PizzaGate, all this stuff. But this is how messed up the Democratic Party is and the establishment media is. When it comes to like actual pedophiles that the Clintons hang out with, no one talks about that. It's like I don't want to like go there, but then I kind of see all the crazy, but then still it's like not enough for me to really, address it and talk about it all the time like I did with WikiLeaks or the emails, all that stuff. And then, okay, now the Daily Beast and the Washington Post are having a field day because they're like, did you see fake news? A guy took out a gun at the pizza place. This is all fake news. And by the way, the Clinton investigations were fake too. And the FBI criminal investigation is all fake. And everything, with Hillary is now. So they use the extreme to lie more,
right?
for more propaganda.
To their benefit.
To their benefit.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, how are you gonna prove it? Like, so if you think this horrific thing is going on, this is the practice. Okay, so now what do you do besides make videos off of it? Because they're talking about a criminal enterprise. Okay, so expose it. Get Veritas Action in there to bring cameras to somehow expose it. Don't go shoot up the place. No, get in, infiltrate the place, and blow the lid off it. I read something just to close out on my side, HA. This woman says, well, if you believe WikiLeaks, you have a moral obligation to expose this criminality. And I'm like, you have a moral obligation. No, stop shifting responsibility to other people. I'm just a person. You're just a person. Well, look, put your name up, Susie, whatever your name is. Okay, give me your name, give me your likeness, give me your life, your career, all your friends, all that. Put that all on the line, and won't you go do something? These people are really, that does piss me off when people do stuff like that. They tell me what I have to do. Meanwhile, they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing, HA, and sit back and then dictate what other people are supposed to do.
They dictate what other people are supposed to do, and if you don't do like exactly what they want, then they get really upset and like, what's going on? Like, why don't you do it, huh?
Yeah, what's that mean? And it's like,
yeah, what does that mean? You ordered a large pizza? I knew it. So so the thing is, like, it's like, at the end of the day, I can't say that with all the lies and all the craziness surrounding the Democratic Party and the fact that they'd be more than willing to blame Russia for everything without any evidence at all, and the fact that, Bill Clinton has hung out with people, pedophiles, all that stuff. So I can kind of see.
I'm not ruling it out. Are you ruling it out, AJ?
No, I'm not ruling. We're both not ruling it out, but we both don't have, in our way of dealing with the world, we don't have the hard evidence to be like, okay, here are the victims, here's the criminal investigation, here's the FBI, DC police. Like, one guy went into the pizza shop and he was escorted out by, this was a couple weeks ago, by DC police. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, why didn't the DC police do something in the pizza shop? Like, meaning, like, find out what's going on in the pizza shop. Then it's like, well, the DC police are in on it. It's like, oh, okay, everybody's in on it now.
If nothing happened, there's nothing to investigate.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Also, some people have taken the whole spirit cooking thing a little bit like beyond. See, there are people who are into like that kind of art or whatever, and it's not my cup of tea. Like, definitely, like all those bodily fluids. You see, like, I just have a dragon. Tim, all I have is a dragon and some boats. Look at that. There's no spirit cooking. I got a dragon and boats.
Right.
You know? And so, so it's like, I'm a pretty like plain dude, you know, just vanilla plain guy. But some people are into that kind of like Podesta, obviously, loves the spirit cooking stuff.
Right.
And I'm not like, there are certain performance artists that are not like nefarious, child trafficking, insano, crazy people. They're just, you know, they enjoy weird art and it's their thing. Not my thing, not your thing. But people take that and they say, well, anybody who's into that, or anybody who uses the word Satan in a poem or whatever, that correlates directly to this kind of thing. And
Right.
and then it's the, well, you know that the pedophiles use the hot dog and pizza words. Okay, then you should have a whole bunch of those perpetrators in the pizza shop or someplace around, or, you know, like, law enforcement should be able to pretty much get these people, or at least my whole thing. I've always fall back because, you know, the hardcore Trump supporters, a lot of them believe in it, and I say, where's Trump?
Yeah. Go. Yeah. There you go.
Where's Trump?
That's
Trump,
the guy.
where's Trump? So,
Gosh, man,
yeah.
that's creeping me out, man. I remember, and as you were saying that, I guess, you know, once you have that in your head, everything else seems suspect. Like you can apply it to anyone, and you can make them seem guilty. I remember a friend of mine of the show, Tom Seacrest. He is now, I think, living in the UK. He used to live in the States. He's a journalist. And when I first started my YouTube, like a year into my YouTube, like he like made a donation to the show. Like he wanted to help me out. And he sends me like $50 or something. He's like, hey man, buy some pizza. You know? And now thinking back to that, you know, he's like, buy some pizza with the fam on Friday night or whatever. Mm-hmm. And now I'm thinking, what if someone found that email? We got this guy who now lives in the UK. He's a journalist.
Yeah.
He left the country for weird reasons. You got your imagination run wild on that. He sends me money and tells me to order pizza. And
yeah.
So, and I live near DC.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, I become one of these people based on nothing other than those three three things that you tied together and created your own scenario. So, like, and then now I got to disprove that I'm a part of some weird thing, seance-y, culty, disgusting pedophilic thing? Nah, man.
Yeah.
See, that's how easily that could happen. No, it was just a guy, Tom, my friend, who sent me $50 for pizza, actual pizza with pepperonis, real pizza. How do you disprove that? And do you see how easily you sound manipulative or manipulated? You can be manipulated by this stuff. Anyway.
Well, it all kind of also, I mean, just the transition to what's going on now, it's like the media, especially like the Washington Post, the New York Times, all of them, the Daily Beast, they're still in pre-election, they're still in pre-November 8th mode. Like, everything is, look at Trump, he's so stupid. And it's like, he already won, so now what are you going to do in terms of policies, in terms of tangible policies? You know, so thank God, Dakota Access Pipeline, huge win for the Native American, the Standing Rock Sioux. And the whole thing is now like, Obama stopped, he really showed up and stopped the pipeline. And the main reason, in my view, Tim, the main reason was because you had over 2,100 veterans come. And if those veterans had not come, like, you had Sophia Wilansky, who had her arm blown off. You had Vanessa Dundon, who was an Apache woman who had her eye hit by a canister at point-blank range, okay, shot at. You had hundreds hospitalized. You had people being put in, like, really bad conditions, strip searched, all that crazy stuff, okay? And President Obama didn't do anything. And he was forced to politically by the veterans. So it's kind of scary that it takes the veterans to protect like the country from the country. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it gets into the kind of like sci-fi type movies, or the, you know, the real kind of alternate realities that one could think of in terms of, oh man, like the only, because those security forces, they were like ruthless. I mean, attack dogs and like water cannons and all that stuff, and they didn't care. Like people were getting like totally brutalized, and progressive media was completely. You were not silent. You were awesome, but progressive media was silent. Daily Beast was silent. Slate was silent, and I read Slate all the time just because like I enjoy it. Like makes my blood boil. And I guess it gets me going because I'm like, oh my gosh, they have not changed. And not only that, they focus only on euphemisms. So their whole thing is sexism, white nationalism, white tribalism, other things. And I'm thinking, wait a second, is it not white nationalism to spray tear gas, water cannons, attack dogs, rubber bullets at indigenous people? Right. Is it okay if President Obama is president? Because if Trump were president, oh my God, this would be a everyday story everywhere.
Goodness gracious, dude, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Just an update on the Dakota Access Pipeline. It appears the Energy Transfer Partners, they say they have no intentions of slowing down their production. They have no intentions of rerouting anything, and they expect very firmly that Donald Trump will side with them and allow a reversal of Obama's decision in the Army Corps of Engineers. So the fight continues on that front. And yeah, I will like to see what's going to happen with Trump. And people are saying, well, Obama did this strategically to kind of kick it down the road and let Trump deal with it. And we'll see what happens. And also they said Donald Trump has a vested interest in equity in the Energy Transfer Partners stock. So he would benefit monetarily, though he said in previous statements that he won't let his financial ties influence the way he governs. So it gets very, very twisted very, very quickly. But, Obama could have done something a long time ago. He didn't. And now we have this situation. And you're right, Michael A. Wood, this guy, and the rest, and not to minimize any of the other veterans or police officers who went down to Standing Rock, A lot of great people did a lot of great things, including, and never to overshadow the actual indigenous people of Standing Rock who've been doing it without any publicity for months. So I'm sure Michael and many other the vets and cops with police officers will feel the same way. But
well, I mean, if let's put it this way, if Trump overturns this and sides with the pipeline, I think that'll be one of the biggest reasons that he would lose in 2020. I really do think that if he right now, if he coasts, he doesn't have any scandals, if it's not Bernie, Nina Turner, or Tulsi Gabbard, I don't see anybody other than those three in the Democratic Party beating Trump in 2020. And I've been calling the election for like a year and a half now, saying if it's Clinton, boom, we get looking at President Trump. I don't think but Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard and Nina Turner, for me, those three, I don't see Trump beating the three names that I mentioned if they're nominated and if there's a unified Democratic Party. But, as we know, there's still Howard Deans and Chuck Schumers and Elizabeth Warrens out there. And it pains me also to like what happened to Elizabeth Warren. It's like, it just pains me. Like, that hurts. And then not only that, like, she dropped the ball with Bernie, but then she dropped the ball big time with Dakota Access Pipeline.
Absolutely.
My God.
Absolutely.
My God. Like, you can't call up, like, she could call up any website, any publication and say, hey, here, I want to make a statement on this. Or or whatever, a press conference. Or she said that she's part Native American in her ancestry. Well, why can't she actually speak up on behalf of Native Americans? Just kind of,
because then it looks bad. It looks like she's only speaking up because she's Native American. That's why she can't do it.
That's good. That would be good.
Dude, you're supposed to look. Forget how things look. Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't sit around. That's not an excuse. You speak up on white stuff all the time. So speak up on things that affect people. Elizabeth Warren, she's fallen so far off my list of people that I have respect for. I know how she walks around every day because her legs are broken. She's fallen from that lofty place, and not just her, many others, but her. We're talking about her right now. It's ridiculous, you know. And you're right. Without Bernie or Tulsi, and the reason why he says that, guys, and I agree with H.A. Goodman, is that no one else can galvanize the far left, which is where we sit, and the sort of like the middle as well, to actually to unite the Democrats so they can actually go against Trump, because he's got a big coalition right now. So
he's got, and this is the thing. I mean, the coalition, or the people who vote, 53% of white women voted for Trump. Wisconsin voted for Trump. Wisconsin is a liberal state in terms of presidential politics. They haven't voted for a Republican since 1984. Hillary couldn't even get Wisconsin. So the thing is, it's like these people are still stuck.
I think Jesse Jackson got Wisconsin. I don't know.
I don't know if he did, but he got South Carolina, and then
he didn't,
man. But then Bill Clinton said that thing in 08. Anyway, just one of the many racist things that the Clintons said. Anyway, but the thing is, it's like
The Intercept. Best new magazine. Well, and this is just my opinion. I'm gonna ask you, because there's like a lot of polls going around right now. Anybody can make a poll. They're building these polls. Look, guys, I won a poll, I don't know, 6 months ago. I didn't even know there was a poll. Rule number one: if you know there's a poll going around and you start tweeting it and making it a big thing, you've just violated the poll. Like, you got to find out you won the poll after the poll is over, and you go, oh, I won a poll? Because like, they got in this poll, HA, they got Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a star, okay? I'm sorry. He's polling at 0% in this poll of news personalities. And they have someone like Tim Black at 6. I'm like, dude, this is first of all, it's a crap poll, because Joe Rogan, if he just said to his people, hey, they got this poll going on, would you guys go vote for me? It'd be all over. It'd be all over. So not to diss We Are the Media, the people put it out. And I just said your name to big you up, because I didn't have to. I just did that as a hookup. I'm just saying, dude, we need to chill on the polls. And if you're going to have a poll, you're not going to have my friend H.A. Goodman in the poll. And I got a problem with that, because he should definitely be in the poll. But on my personal poll of great news sources that I rely on, that I trust, The Intercept is right there at the top of the list for me.
Oh,
what do you think, H.A.?
I love The Intercept. I have a great deal of respect for Glenn Greenwald. And, I mean, The Intercept is fantastic. The thing I like about The Intercept, and there are a couple of other publications or journalists, is that it's good to go against the Democratic Party. Don't be afraid to. And The Intercept does all the time. I mean, they broke the story about the prison lobbyist donations. And so with Hillary Clinton in 2015, they broke a lot of stories. Basically, they talked. The whole thing was, Wikileaks was part of a Russian conspiracy. They debunked that fake news story that the Washington Post and New York Times and everybody else was trying to, perpetuate. But yeah, The Intercept's great. I think that right now it's like, I don't even know what you would call me. Like, I started off as progressive, then I actually, if you could believe this, Tim, like 2 years ago, I was like, I actually wrote a couple kind of pro-Hillary Clinton pieces, if you can believe that.
I believe.
And this was like, a couple years back. And when I was like starting saying, hey, wait a second, Hillary Clinton is advised by neocons. Like, I don't want another Iraq war. And she, used racism against Barack Obama. I don't want all of this. I started pulling away. And if you can believe this, I was like actually guilty. Like, oh man, I have to actually write about this. I don't really feel comfortable, but I was like, the hell with it. Because the more I started kind of just presenting facts. Like, it is a fact that she used the 3 a.m. ad. It is a fact that she spread a photo of Barack Obama. It's a fact she voted for Iraq. The pushback, it's like, no, you can't talk about it. The Republicans are worse. Republicans are worse. And that's like, The Intercept is good. You're amazing on that. There are a couple people out there also that are good too. A couple other publications, but in terms of the International Business Times is also good. So yeah. I like the International Business Times. But they're, but the Huffington Post, I got to give it up just because they've allowed me to write so much. and they allow anybody to write.
Yeah.
Like that, you can have
like me. They allow me to write.
They want you to write. They want you to write. No, I mean they'll get like David Brock and Rand Paul. Like they'll publish David Brock and like Rand Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like the complete opposites. Mm-hmm. So, but that's the thing. I mean, in the New York Times or Washington Post, you couldn't have a pro-Bernie writer. That's the thing. Like you couldn't have.
There it is.
They hurt Bernie Sanders before they went after Trump. They were laughing at Trump. They're like, he'll never win. Yeah. And they were like,
they saw Bernie as a competition, so they tried to try to destroy him.
They're like, they're trying to destroy him. And they went after Trump. So it was never about left, right. It was attack Bernie first, get him out of the way. Then once he's cheated, we learned from WikiLeaks, once he's cheated automatically, then go after Trump and how. And one last thing about, they're still saying, like, I understand the Republican Party. You could talk about the Willie Horton ad. You could talk about, even Reagan. The KKK endorsed Reagan, and there was articles like, how come he didn't, say, deny the endorsement soon enough? That was in the 80s. My thing is, Trump he has said very offensive things. I get that. Right. I don't agree with the offensive things. But Hillary Clinton has also said very offensive things. Why is it that these people are harping on only what Trump said, ignoring everything Clinton said and Bill Clinton did in terms of mass incarceration, everything like that, and not focusing on issues like, how about saying ban fracking, break up banks, reinstate Glass-Steagall, end wars? How about some laws to protect unarmed black citizens? How about we get that, and God forbid, that's the thing. I mean, it's like if a black person is killed, then you have the progressive media talking about unarmed black citizens. Okay, what about the laws? Isn't there a law? Isn't there people in Congress, Democrats in Congress, who can make a law to protect unarmed citizens? Maybe make it all unarmed citizens, but especially
all unarmed citizens. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just like stop killing us. White people getting shot by cops too. Oh, Tim, you shouldn't focus on that. No, we need to focus on that.
Get a law passed. Get a law passed, and or something. That's why Bernie was $27 a pop, $27 a person. He stood for actual, like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna ban fracking. He said, you can't ban fracking. That's crazy. You can't ban fracking. Ha ha ha. And then with Hillary, it was like, she was like, if they do this and that and this and that, then fracking will be difficult. It's like, no, that's not banning fracking. That's very different. So Bernie Sanders, Nina Turner, Tulsi Gabbard, they stood for something. Tulsi Gabbard went to
Standing Rock.
Standing Rock.
Yeah, she sure did.
Cornel
West went to.
Cornel West went.
So one of the things, and you're right about this, HA. The whole if Trump did it, oh my God, Hillary did it, excuse. Trump does something similar in the same realm, oh my God, clutch pearls, run down the street, your hair on fire, right? So there was some guy in New York City. He gets into an argument with a woman who wears a hijab, her son. And he says some like really horrible things like, I'll slit your throat, you ISIS, whatever, go back to your country and all this. Well, he didn't know she was an off-duty police officer from the NYPD. And I'm reading this story, and it's like de Blasio weighs in on this verbal attack this man made on this son and the mom on the street in New York when he said the word ISIS. And he says it's all Trump's fault. Trump's the reason why he said ISIS and told her to go back to her country. And it's like, this is America doing what it always does. They scapegoat somebody. If it wasn't Trump, it would be Black Lives Matter. Did he say Black Lives Matter when he said that? That's it. G. Ray McKeeson, Sean King, Erica Garner, anybody ever associated with it, it's your fault, because now they said this word. Like Dave Chappelle said, if I go to commit a crime and I say Wu-Tang, doesn't mean I'm a member of the Wu-Tang, right? Yeah. I don't think this maniac, this crazy criminal guy, whatever, racist, Islamophobic dude, works for the Trump campaign. I don't think he does.
And also a couple things with that. You're 100% right. And this is the thing. In 2008, you can look up, hate crimes went up after President Obama was elected, because the same haters and idiots who are committing these hate crimes now were committing it then because they were pissed off it was the first black president. Now they're doing it because you got Trump, who is Trump, the first Trump president, whatever. I don't know what you say, but,
Right,
but the thing is, like,
the first orange president.
The first orange president. And the thing is, in 2008, hate crimes went up. Was it President Obama's fault? Of course not.
Yes, it was.
And
it was his fault. He was black. That's a mitigating factor. They couldn't deal with it. They got pissed off. Some people will do something because they saw Westworld last night, or The Walking Dead. Like, anything can influence a nuthead. And can I tell you, it all comes back to the whole like, when you get these crazy theories coming out, and it's like people are just like, yeah, you know what, it's my hunch. It's because we live in a world where de Blasio's can say, Trump, that's the reason. Everything is, there's still, establishment Democrats don't have any, like, actual values or policies to stand on. So they're always saying the other guy's worse, because they don't really stand, they're like a diluted version of the Republican Party. You like add a lot of water, and it's like, it's Republican light Democrat. Hold on, AJ. What did was it George Carlin or was it Louis Black? Louis Black said the Democratic Party is the party of no ideas, and the Republican Party is the party of bad ideas.
There you go.
Hey, everybody, I got a really bad idea.
Exactly. And that's the thing, though. That's the thing, when you give somebody, if you communicate a message, it's actually more powerful, even if it's bad, if it's like climate change is not real, da-da-da. Well, if you believe in climate change, why don't you try to ban fracking? Why don't you go and side with the water protectors at Standing Rock? Why don't you go ahead and do all those things?
Whoa,
Elizabeth Warren.
Let's be pragmatic now. Let's not go. What you trying to do? Save the world? Come on. Jesus, look at this guy. So unrealistic of you.
It's unrealistic. Yeah, and then we got Trump president. Now we got orange presidency for 8 years, maybe.
Because he stood for something. Because he said something.
For something.
Yeah.
Most
Most of it was lies, but still, he stood up.
Of course it was lies. Of course it was lies.
He said it. He
said it. And real quick, before I go, I have to. The whole carrier thing. You did an amazing segment on that.
Thank you.
In Indiana.
Appreciate it.
I watched that segment. You did an amazing segment. This is what people don't get. This is what people don't understand. When you look at the Depression and FDR, okay, and FDR, the New Deal, there are economists out there that say, well, the New Deal didn't stop the Depression. It was World War II that started. That's not the point. If you look at people back then, the actual oral history of people who lived through the Depression, it's the hope. FDR, some of the policies worked, some of the policies didn't work. But you had to go ahead and say, hey, I understand what you're going through. We're going to try to do this. And then people say, okay, there's hope. Things can get better. When Trump goes and he's working for 2020, and this guy's not stupid. I mean, he already won. Hillary outspent him 7-1. Okay, he's not stupid. He came out with a message, and now what does he do? The TPP is gone. So that was Bernie more so than Trump, but he piggybacked on that. Boom. And then Wikileaks also was big on that. So TPP gone. So he already kind of achieved that. Now he goes, saves a business in Indiana. To the establishment Democrats, well, that's, look at the tax issues, they're missing the whole point. The whole point is talk to those people who could lose their jobs from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. One estimate, the TPP has 400,000 jobs lost. Why don't Democrats talk to people who are at risk of losing work in the Midwest? They don't do it. They just say, Hillary's just like, why aren't I 50 points up? Well, you lost. So, and you lost because you didn't speak to anybody. You didn't actually communicate. And that's the thing. I mean, and then the whole thing with Taiwan. Oh my God, he answered the phone call. It's like, okay, this is like not even a big stand for something. The Democrats don't stand for anything, really. And In terms of, yeah, I mean, we can go on forever, but
That was a good one. You went on the tear right there, AJ. Let them have it, yeah?
I just, yeah, I can go on forever. But Tim,
Yeah, man.
you are
Hey, look.
awesome. Hey, and I want to tell everybody, all your viewers, something. Okay, Tim Black is the type of guy to power through it. He has a very, very bad cold, like a flu right now. Not even a cold, like a flu. He is not feeling well. I'm the type of guy to be like, hey, Tim, we do it next week. I'm really feeling bad. So I'm the type of guy to like bail, and he's the type of guy to be like, power through it. So I give you a lot of respect for powering through your flu right now, man. And it's flu season. It's crazy.
I know, man. It's crazy, bro. Look, man, I thank you so much for being here tonight, man. It's always fun times when we do it. Maybe we need to think about expanding our show to twice a week, HA. At least think about it. I get mail all the time about it.
I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
They could definitely use more no sellouts. They need more sellouts in their life. More no sellouts. I'm sorry, I left the no out.
Exactly.
Hey Shay, man, look, you're at almost 70,000 guys. I thought we had a deal. 80,000 was the goal before to go into the year 2017. H.A. Goodman, if you don't have a channel, if you have a login for YouTube, guys, and if you don't have one, go create one so that you can check out H.A. Goodman on this channel. H.A., tell people how to get in contact with you.
Tim, thank you. It's just H.A. Goodman on YouTube. And Tim, you have a wonderful week. Get better. And thank you for doing the show tonight, man.
Hey, man, no problem. Thank you, brother. I'm going to keep
Thank
fighting,
you,
man.
Tim.
I'm going to keep fighting. Give it up for H.A. Goodman, guys. That's it, brother. Fun times. H.A. got up out of there. He ejected himself. Go, H.A. I love it, man. Good stuff, man. Excellent stuff. Here's the deal, guys. Standing Rock. Amazing, right? Amazing. We got to keep the pressure on them. It's imperative that we do that. Let's do it. Let's make it happen, right? Because we know that Energy Transfer's partners, they got money invested, and they're not going to let that money go to waste, and they don't want to reroute. So we know that. Here goes my thing, guys. There are people who are playing the middle of the road on the no DAPL situation. They're on the record siding with the corporations. And once it started to look like it became advantageous to their channel or their business or their money, now they're very supportive. Please, I don't want to name names. Because people say, Tim's wrong. He's always, picking on, hey, I'm just keeping it real. Please do research. It's wrong. It's fundamentally unethical to not support something until it's popular. Whether you are a YouTube person or an independent media person or a politician person or whatever person. If you benefit by vote or the dollar and you make those decisions based on money, you are a scumbag. At least I'd rather have a person who just doesn't like you. Like, I'd rather have me a bigot. Give me a bigot any day. At least I know he's got convictions. Yeah, they're warped. Yeah, they're based on, a toxic mentality, but at least I know what to expect. We've got these shapeshifters. And depending on what's advantageous, you never know where they're going to go. You're going to know one thing about me. If it's people and it's the establishment, I'm on the side of the people. I would rather be wrong about being on the side of the people and have to say, hey, I got to eat some crow. Look like the people lied to me. Look like the people were wrong. I'd rather be on the side of the people and have to do that than be on the side of corporations. Okay? So there are certain things about Tim you're going to know. Where the truth is where I will try to be. And if I'm wrong, I will correct myself and say, I was wrong. This is the truth, and this is where I am. Other people, if you can't do that with them, there's a problem. So, like de Blasio blaming Trump for the guy who threatened to pull off the woman's hijab and told him to go back to ISIS and that he would slit throats or something. That guy, that I don't know if Trump inspired him. Maybe he watched, I don't know, Black Hawk Down. He could have, right? Like, there could be look, I think it is very, very dangerous as a journalist or any other entity that puts out information into the media, whatever, right? A media person, to blame one person or one group for the actions of random people around the country. That is wrong, that's unethical, right? And when they did it to Black Lives Matter, you said it was wrong. I said it's wrong for Black Lives Matter when they do it, and it's wrong when you do that to Trump, too. I'm consistent. Even if it bothers me or it pains me, I have to keep it real. These people don't have to keep it real because they're talking to people who react emotionally and don't weigh the facts. You can't say if a random guy yells out Black Lives Matter and shoots a cop, you can't say, well, that's not Black Lives Matter's fault, man. And then in the same breath, when some guy who never met Trump in Kentucky or New York City threatens a woman, blame Trump and think that's okay. How is that reasonable? See, I want to bring people together. Some people want to eat off the carcass of division. There are parasites. There are cannibals who will eat one another to make a name for themselves, and just because they have access to powerful people, because they are on the side of these powerful people, they get to appear to be well off, or they get to reap the benefits of being a trader. The place to be is right where I'm at. I'm going to stay in that place where it's a place of truth, and I can call out Black Lives Matter for their stuff if there are stuff. But defending Trump is not defending racism. I'll only do it for truth. If he reverses the Dakota Access Pipeline, I will hammer him so much. People will be yelling, can't touch this. That's how much I'll hammer that guy. All right, guys. I'm Tim Black. That's it for tonight. I appreciate you so much. Go to TimBlackTV.com. Pick yourself up some coffee. Sponsored by my friends at Black Mamba Coffee. Thank you once again to my man, H.A. Goodman, for being here. This was a great show. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I'll see you on the next one. Don't blame me. I voted for a revolution, and Children of the Corn is now available along with Awoke as AF. Awoke AF, which is a funny shirt. That's it. Let me go get some medicine to me. I got to be able to rock and roll tomorrow, do the thing, get it in. You know how we do. I'm your brother, Tim Black. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, no sellouts. And I mean absolutely no freaking sellouts. Peace.